Woods, this is the Los Angeles Police Department. There's something very strange and shocking I want to tell you.
What is it?
The thing is, there's a man stating he is the real Mr. Woods, and you are not.
Life is unpredictable. Today you're a humble worker in the US, minding your own business, having friends, and just being someone in this world, having an identity. But tomorrow comes, and you can go bankrupt, get stalked and robbed by strangers. And at the end of the day, you lose everything.
Was there nothing there? I thought I saw
a gallon of water, but I left a gallon of water and looked underneath the blanket, so it's all right.
Why, are you going to be back there?
That's what happened to William Donald Woods, born in 1968 in Kentucky. Now a homeless man, wandering in the Los Angeles streets, looking for gold jewelry to sell and get some money.
I find this sort of stuff every day downtown. This is the kind of stuff I find downtown. This is a gold fill.
Could he have another life? A stable job with good income, cars, property, wife and children, become a normal human being? And in fact, he could, if just his identity hadn't been stolen 33 years ago by his former colleague. This video was created by Sumsub, the verification platform. We make the digital world people-friendly, yet secure.
Identity, in general terms, is who we are. Our personality, our social roles, our history. It's me, it's you, it's society. But for the government, we're just a set of records. Social security numbers, tax documents, property records. In essence, our identity is a package of data points. Now imagine if your entire emotional, social, economic data package is stolen. It's like making someone disappear without a trace. This person exists, but their digital self is hijacked.
William Donald Woods and the future thief of Woods' identity, Matthew David Kierans, met while working together at a hot dog stand in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Woods had been working there for years when Kierans was hired in 1988. Kierans was 2 years older than Woods. He was raised by his adoptive parents in San Francisco and had one brother. When he turned 16, he ran away with a stolen car, got arrested in Oregon under his own name, but never appeared in court, according to court documents.
People commit identity fraud for several reasons. Money, further fraudulent activities, but sometimes they just want to start over with a clean slate. You know, Albert Einstein once said, "Life is just like a game. First, you have to learn the rules of the game, and then play it better than anyone else."
The first sign of strangeness was when Kierans stole Woods' wallet. Then Kierans had assumed Woods' identity in every aspect of his life, purchasing all manner of forged documents, including a Kentucky birth certificate, US Social Security number, and I-9 form.
Thieves find information in various ways, from phishing emails to hacking databases, from stalking social media profiles to buying data on the dark web. For example, the average cost of a bank user account on the dark net varies from $35 to $500, of course, depending on the account balance and other factors.
After 1988, there was no record of Kierans ever using his own name or documents. Using a fake Colorado ID card, he opened a Colorado bank account. How? No exact record was mentioned in court documents, but we suppose that his social engineering skills might have helped him a lot. But the craziest part is that Kieran's, still using Woods' name, married a woman and had a child who also bore Woods' name in Oregon. 24 years after he started using Woods' name, Kieran's obtained his certified birth certificate from Kentucky. Using information from Ancestry.com, an American for-profit genealogy company, largest in the world. Not only birth certificates are stored there, but also records of death, immigration, marriage, and divorce. By 2013, Kieran's had moved to Iowa. He wanted to get a job as a high-level administrator, so he provided the Iowa City Hospital with false identification documents in his victim's name, waiting for the background checks. Passed. He became a core member of the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics IT team and got a key role in maintaining the hospital's systems and infrastructure.
It sounds unbelievable, but this can happen if there are gaps in the hiring process. Today, it's more difficult thanks to thorough background checks and digital verification tools. Yet, if organizations cut corners or fail to use robust verification systems, someone with fake documents could slip through the cracks.
He was earning more than $100,000 annually from his job, and over his 10-year employment, more than $700,000. Kieran's also obtained insurance, driver's licenses, cars, loans, and credit using Woods' identity. Just look at these loan amounts. New vehicles every year. He even paid taxes under his former co-worker's name. And what about William himself? He didn't have any idea of his identity being stolen yet, and there was no mention of what happened to him at that time. Until one day, when our team was searching for info for this video, we found the real William.
Right here around this corner.
In 2015, a famous YouTube blogger, Yusef Fusi, saw a man in the streets.
William Donald Woods, yeah.
What is it?
William Donald Woods, yeah.
He has his ID this time. You got it? Here, let me see it. Thank you.
Nah. That'd be a vitamin of some sort, right?
This blogger tried to help him to get a job, food, shelter.
Advil and Q-tips. You know who you look like right now? Yeah, he does. Think of an actor. Think of a movie. I'll give you the name of the movie, but I'll give it away.
Tom Hanks?
Yes! You were gonna be gone from 3 to 4, so I was like, I'll come later.
Okay.
Out of everything they've done, you want to thank them for the socks?
Yes, I was thinking for stocks. I was thinking for all. I think for all this stuff is great.
Kidding, this is just for this. This is just for a body.
But one day, he lost William.
I'm so frustrated right now. And it's not even for the reason that you think. I know right now, before people even got to this point in the vlog, they left a comment as to why they think Bill left.
No hope to see him until a subscriber posts this.
How you doing?
After that, Woods didn't have any connection with the blogger anymore, but something interesting happened in 2019. William discovered the $130,000 debts taken in his name. He immediately went to his local LA bank, showed his true social security card and an authentic state of California identification card, and asked to close the accounts. Due to the large amount of currency there, the branch manager asked him a series of security questions, which William was unable to answer. Kieran's was the one who created those questions. Just imagine what Woods felt. A person that stole his wallet 30 years ago, whom he almost forgot, is now living his life. The Los Angeles Police Department called Kieran's, as his number was associated with the accounts. Kieran's then faxed to the LAPD officers a copy of the social security card, a driver's license, and the birth certificate. Officers got 2 William Woods, one with a stable job, nice family, and another one is the outcast of the community, homeless, No job, no money.
Of course, the victims of crimes are usually the ones without any emotional, human, or financial support. The homeless are considered to be the most vulnerable segments of society, as it's easier to make them a scapegoat.
Real William Donald Woods was arrested and remanded to the LA County Jail without bail. And he was ought to use the name of Matthew Kierans. His identity wasn't just stolen, but it was changed to another one, his actual thief's one. William was held in prison for 428 days, then forcefully put in a mental hospital for 147 days and medicated with psychotropic drugs. Meanwhile, the real Kierans was checking on his victims through officers all these years. He didn't want him to break free. His fake life could get destroyed. In March 2021, Woods had to plead no contest to 2 felony charges in exchange for a time-served sentence and immediate release from custody. He received credit for a total of 1,003 days in custody and a $400 fine. He again ended up homeless, obliged to live under his former colleague's name.
If you had walked into a Starbucks and said, "Can I get an application?" what would they have said?
But he had one goal: to rebuild his own identity.
They would have probably said, yeah, here you go, fill this out.
How did it go?
Well, they don't have that application. They said just apply online.
For 4 years, William Woods was trying to contact different authorities to prove his innocence. Meanwhile, another William Woods, for us known as Matthew Kierans, was also filing complaints against his victim. 2 William Woods fighting over identity, but only one of them is real. Just look at the letter Kierans had sent to the police. You can see how nervous and scared he was. Real Woods' luck turned on January the 13th, 2023, when, after learning where Kierans was employed, the victim contacted the Iowa City Hospital Security Department about Kierans. The hospital referred Kierans' complaint to a local law enforcement agency, which assigned an experienced detective to investigate the victim's complaint, Ian Mallory, police detective of Iowa.
The big mistake was dismissing the victim without proper investigation. Authorities should always verify claims by cross-referencing data and looking into inconsistencies. Probably the detective found those inconsistencies.
On August the 21st, 2019, when Woods wasn't arrested yet, an LAPD officer called Kierans and questioned him on why one of the 3 identifying documents that he had faxed to LAPD had a different middle name than the other 2 documents. Kierans falsely stated he sometimes goes by the middle name of David, but his name is William Donald Woods. The LAPD officer forwarded the case to the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, LADA, for review. Nobody asked any questions about this little detail. David was the real middle name of the fraudster. On February the 3rd, 2023, Kierans found out about the detective helping his victim. He called him to tell him his own version of the reality. Ian Mallory found the real father of William Donald Woods and compared their DNAs. It came with positive results. He didn't tell anyone and invited Kierans for an interview. Kierans initially insisted that the victim was crazy and needed help and should be locked up. He asked Kierans what his father's name was, and Kierans accidentally gave the name of his own adoptive father. When the detective presented Kierans with the results of the DNA testing, Kierans confessed to the 3-decade identity theft scheme. He said, "My life is over and everything is gone." In a letter written to the court on Kierans' behalf, his son identified him as the son of Matthew Kierans, formerly known as William Woods. In either case, known to me as Dad. Kierans pleaded guilty on April 1st in federal court in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, and remains in custody pending sentencing. He faces a mandatory minimum sentence of 2 years imprisonment and a possible maximum sentence of 32 years imprisonment, a $1.25 million fine, and 5 years of supervised release following any imprisonment. The question that's still in your minds is, why? Why would he do that? The answer is, we don't know, and nobody does. Perhaps he has mental issues. Perhaps he wanted to start his life again. But the real answer can be unpredictable.
Could identity fraud happen today? Absolutely. Based on our internal data, the overall fraud rate increased twice in the past 2 years. With advances in cybersecurity and fraud prevention, it's a bit more challenging for them. But modern fraudsters use sophisticated techniques: deepfakes, synthetic identity fraud, and the use of AI to craft convincing scams.
William Donald Woods moved back to Albuquerque. He's considering filing a lawsuit against the city of Los Angeles for the years he spent incarcerated, accused of a crime he did not commit.
Not really. That's why I figures too much every day. But I still got the ID coming in the mail. But I also got my phone. Smoke cigarettes too.
To do is get a taco, put it inside the chicken sandwich, then eat it.
Water, but I left it go in the...
You ain't got no care with the chicken sandwich. Yeah, he does. Think of an actor. And we're trying to tell him to trust us. He won't trust us.
You see what I'm saying? It's the receipt that makes the difference.